In 1966, a student named Sheila Tompkinson started her studies here in Leeds Trinity. She has composed a prayer, especially for these graduations. So, let us pray. We thank God for all the staff and students of Leeds Trinity University. A journey in time, a journey in learning and achievement, a journey of change. We pray that all here today continue to flourish through faith and trust in the Holy Trinity during this journey of hope in our ever-changing world. Amen.
Please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, graduates, guests, staff, I now declare the ceremony open. I invite the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Margaret House, to give her welcome address.
Pro-Chancellor, Chair of the Board of Governors, distinguished guests, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, and especially you, our graduands. Welcome to this 2016 graduation ceremony, which is celebrating the success of our PGCE Secondary Education Department. More importantly, it's my pleasure and honour to welcome all of you here today to celebrate your individual achievements in graduating from Leeds Trinity University and beginning your teaching careers. Today is a day of joy and celebration following years of hard work and dedication. It's a day that everyone here at Leeds Trinity looks forward to with pride. But it's also some sadness. You're leaving us. This ceremony officially marks the formal completion of your studies and the beginning of fresh challenges as most of you start your professional teaching careers. But your future would not be secure without our distinguished past, and I'm delighted to announce that this year we will be celebrating our 50th anniversary. Leeds Trinity opened its doors in September 1966 as two Catholic teacher training colleges, All Saints and Trinity, with 2 principals, 24 staff, and an initial cohort of just over 100 students on this 43-acre campus. Over the years, the colleges responded to an ever-changing political and educational landscape, adding more subjects and specialisms to become the Leeds Trinity University that you are graduating from today. And I'm actually delighted to say that we have here with us this evening Professor Frida Bridge, who was the last principal, first Vice-Chancellor of Leeds Trinity University. So welcome, Frida. But today is all about you, and I want to talk to you about 3 things on this special day. Firstly, your achievement. Secondly, your support. And thirdly, your future. So, firstly, your personal achievements in becoming a graduate of Leeds Trinity University. What you have achieved should not be underestimated. You have had to work hard to earn your place on your chosen professional teaching programme, competing against many others for your university place. Whilst gaining your place at university was an achievement in itself, once you arrived at the university, the hard work really began. Intellectually and mentally demanding, studying for a degree requires a great deal of hard work, perseverance, and determination. It's also a major personal commitment and investment in your future, one of the biggest that perhaps you'll ever make. It demonstrates confidence and belief in your abilities and your motivation to become part of the teaching profession. And you've done it. Today is your day to celebrate. You thoroughly deserve your success. And I hope you all feel as proud of yourselves as we do of each and every one of you. Today is also about welcoming you to the next phase of your relationship with us. Leeds Trinity University is your university and will be here for you whenever you need us, whenever your skills need refreshing, whenever you're ready for the next academic challenge. You now join a global community of over 24,000 Leeds Trinity graduates. They, like you, are exceptional individuals working in all sorts of organisations around the world. Their influence is felt in business boardrooms they hold positions of influence in journalism, broadcasting, and the media. They educate us, like you, in schools, colleges, and universities. They care for our health and welfare. They run social, sporting, and voluntary organisations. They work with children, young people, and families in a variety of settings. They create and run successful businesses of their own. As a secondary education graduate, your future is bright and your opportunities, I have no doubt, are limitless. Be both confident and ambitious in your decisions, whether you have your future already mapped out or whether you are pausing before going straight into professional teaching. Secondly, today is also about the people who've supported you throughout your educational journey. Parents, carers, grandparents, aunts and uncles, children, husbands, wives, partners, teachers, friends. You've all been there for our graduates throughout their entire educational journey, a journey which started long before Leeds Trinity University, and one which may still continue for some with further postgraduate studies or research. Your contribution to their achievements has been invaluable, and I would like to personally thank each and every one of you for always being there for our graduates during their time, and I'm delighted to see so many of you here today to join in their celebrations. So I'd like to ask our graduates if you would stand, face your family and friends, and join with me in showing our appreciation. I think if I was your family and friends, I'd like you to be a little bit more grateful. So come on, show them how grateful you are. Thank you. I'm also honoured to share the stage with another group of people here today who've played a significant role in your success. These are my colleagues, your lecturers and tutors, and the teachers who've supported you in your school placements, all of whom have been there for you throughout your studies, supporting you and providing you with knowledge and inspiration. I'd also like to thank our professional and support staff, without whom the delivery of your degree programmes, or even events like today, simply would not be possible. I'm incredibly proud of the academic, professional and support staff here at Leeds Trinity, and also in our partner schools. They work hard to ensure your success, and it's fitting again that we show our appreciation. So this time I would like the staff, please, if you would stand, and also the support staff in the chapel and in the auditorium, and if you join with me in showing our appreciation. The years that you have spent with us have been a time of great change and achievement for Leeds Trinity. But throughout our history, Leeds Trinity has been committed to providing the highest standards of teaching and academic excellence for our students. Last year, 95% of graduates were in work or further studies 6 months after completing their course. Over 70% started in graduate-level jobs. That's our highest achievement. Again, for the third year in a row, our graduates have achieved a record number of first or upper second class awards. The university has been ranked 6th in the country by the Guardian League table for value added, an achievement that reflects the academic and pastoral support given to our students to help them to achieve to their very best. And the student satisfaction at Leeds Trinity once again exceeded the national average, according to the latest round from the National Student Survey. We're especially proud of this last accolade, as it's one bestowed upon us by our students and graduates. I'd also like to take a moment to recognise some of the achievements from across the university throughout this academic year. The International Olympic Committee has commissioned Dr. Paul Salisbury to undertake research into positive outcomes of unsuccessful Olympic Games bids in cities around the world. One of our senior lecturers in broadcast media, Glyn Middleton, produced a Channel 5 documentary series that was shortlisted for 2 Royal Television Society Yorkshire Awards. He worked on the documentary Body Donors, a 2-part series which followed the lives and deaths of 2 terminally ill patients. We were very excited to have launched a new research centre, the International Research Centre for Interactive Storytelling, which was co-founded by Leeds Trinity's Professor Graham Roberts and Dr. Stefano Odorico. One of our students, Joe Edge, received the Duke of York Young Entrepreneur Award at a special awards ceremony in April for his business enterprise, Edgy Arts. 2 of our student startup businesses involving Leeds Trinity students made it to the final of the Grad Factor, a government-endorsed competition that showcases the best university student entrepreneurs and startups. Holly Rowley, an MSc student in health and well-being, was a finalist in the Women in Business category, and Trinity Vision, the Leeds Trinity student-led media production company, was chosen as the finalist in the Best Social Enterprise category. We held the first graduation ceremony of the Leeds Children's University, which is run and based here at Leeds Trinity. 63 pupils aged 7 to 14 took part in the ceremony, which began with the formal installation of England and Liverpool footballer James Milner as the first Leeds Children's University Chancellor. These are just some of the many successes from across the university of both our staff and students, of which we're incredibly proud. Finally, whilst we are rightly proud of past achievements, both yours and ours, today we look forward to your future. We fully acknowledge and recognise that you're graduating in what is now a time of great change, particularly in education. However, what has not changed is that Leeds Trinity secondary education graduates will mean that you have many opportunities open to you. Your degree has provided you with knowledge, professional experience, and highly sought-after high-level skills. Many of these were actually obtained via your actual work within your placements, but some have also helped you in terms of creating other responsibilities, perhaps also in terms of volunteering activities. However, degrees aren't just about gaining academic skills and becoming employable. Throughout your time with us, you've become more independent, more rounded individuals, and hopefully made some more friends for life. Maybe you've even met your future partner. These life experiences are just as important as the academic merits of a degree, and I'm sure I speak for everyone here when I say that it's been a pleasure to watch you develop and grow into inspiring individuals with bright futures ahead of you. Whilst we have developed and grown over the last 50 years, one thing remains constant: our complete commitment to developing highly employable graduates who are able to make a significant and lasting contribution to society. It is why this university exists, and it's why we are so proud of you on this special day. Your future is very bright indeed, of that I have no doubt. You only need to look at the successes of the 24,000 fellow alumni to see the lifetime value and impact that your qualification will bring you. So today we celebrate the success of you, our 2016 graduates. Everyone at Leeds Trinity appreciates that life is far from easy for today's students. Learning is a personal challenge. All of you will have faced your own personal challenges, and all of you have overcome them. Your family and friends will have supported you. Many of you will have worked to pay your way as you studied, and all of you will have made sacrifices to ensure your success. Please remember this moment and this day. Remember the people around you who have been with you on your journey, and many of the others who've supported you and contributed to your achievement. Enjoy your day. Everyone here at Leeds Trinity is immensely proud of you and your success. Look to the future with optimism and take your talents out into the world. In your hands, the future of our next generation is indeed bright. You are all exceptional people. Congratulations, well done, and good luck.
We now move to the conferment of the awards for our graduates. I invite Dr. Claire Smith to present awards from the Institute of Childhood and Education.
Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, I'm pleased to present the following For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education Business Studies, I present Ashley Armitage. Shannon Brown. Donna Hargreaves. Faizan Nawaz. The following graduand is also the recipient of the Catenian Association Prize, Ronan McKernan. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education Computer Science with ICT, I present Nazreen Kassar. Christian Dottir. Anika Umar. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education, Design and Technology, I present Sophie Metcalf. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education English, I present Laura Beecroft. Elizabeth Conroy. Holly Constantine Eyre. James Dransfield. Gemma Duffin. Ellie Gorman. Danielle Hanna. Claire Jones. Sabah Khalik. Peter Long. Catherine McDermott. Anna Middleton. Shingarai Mundaga Fufu. Rachel Noble. Michael O'Keefe. Catherine Webster. Lucy Williams. Okay. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education, Health and Social Care, oh no, sorry, not here either. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education History, I present Amy Calvert. Nicole Campbell. Sarah McCabe. Thomas Pickup. Edward Thompson. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education Mathematics, I present Gregory Carter. Scott Glover. Daniel Holden. Sarah Kerr. Alistair Kitson. Nicole Park. Nicholas Round. Frankie Tyrrell. Chantal Whiteley. The following graduand is also the recipient of the PGCE Secondary Education School Direct Prize, William Dodgson. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education Modern Foreign Languages French, I present Ellen Backhouse. Marie Chauvet. Stephanie Douglas. Laura Gurney. Estelle Helaguarch. Marina Libick. Camilla Lombardi. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education, Modern Foreign Languages, French with Spanish, I present Alison Fretwell. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education, Modern Foreign Languages, German, I present Daniel Walker. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education, Modern Foreign Languages, Spanish, I present Ottilie Casper de Ruiz. Ashley Christine Costello. Esther Golding. Casey Lee McKeating. Alba Melina Genoves. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education, Physical Education, I present Daniel Bray. Susanna Gillett. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education, Religious Education, I present Lauren Alsop. Beth Buxton Collins. Charlotte Chisholm. Thomas Dennett. Amy May Donnelly. Emma Eaton. Alexandra Fleming. Bethany Harsley. Olivia Hawkins. Jessica Jones. Lucy Ann Loud. Maria McHugh. Katie Morgan. Ashley Russell. Charlotte Smith McGee. Jessica White. James Williamson. The following graduate is also the recipient of the PGCE Secondary Education Provider-Led Prize, Charles Corbishley. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education Science with Biology, I present Shannon Evans. Harrison Garside. Rob Holliday. Sarah Larrington. Jessica Malpass. Rachel Sutherland. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education Science with Chemistry, I present Sonia Shireen Ahmed. Chitra Hemdev. Lucy Hurst. Kiran Khan. Caitlin Estelle MacDonald. Sumia Mahmood. Elizabeth Pell. Manisha Prabhakar. Hania Suhail. Rahena Sultan. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education Science with Physics, I present Jack Day. Christopher Fordham. Samuel Peach. Aaron Sharp. Dana Thompson. For the award of Professional Graduate Certificate in Secondary Education Social Sciences, I present Abigail Wilson. For the award of Master of Arts in Education, I proudly present Lisa Madden. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the presentation of awards from the Institute of Childhood and Education.
I now invite the Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Ed Anderson, to give his address.
Vice-Chancellor, Chair of the Board of Governors, graduates, made you look up, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be able to speak to you today as the university's Pro-Chancellor. And can I be the first to congratulate you all on graduating today? Well done. Congratulations for negotiating that long walk across the floor without falling off your shoes. Congratulations that no one's headgear fell off. And congratulations that no one decided to try and take a selfie. This is such a special day for all of us, and we're delighted to share your success and achievements with you. I hope you've all enjoyed this ceremony. And it's especially significant that we hold our graduation ceremonies here in our chapel. And this reflects our faith foundation and the values and culture that we hold dear here at Leeds Trinity University. So I'd like to address a few words to those of you who've just graduated and perhaps offer a few thoughts that might be of interest. Firstly, as the Vice-Chancellor said, we're all really proud of every one of you who's graduated today, and you should rightly be proud of yourselves. And as the Vice-Chancellor also said, take a moment to appreciate the support that you've had from your families, your friends, and not least the staff here at Leeds Trinity University, and make sure that you remember to thank them. And that sentiment applies not just today, but to everything that happens to you after you leave here. I hope you will always take pride in what you achieve and always make a point of thanking those who help you along the way. My second thought is this: be prepared to think the unthinkable and also to be surprised. There will be times in your lives when opportunities occur which may involve an element of risk. My advice would be to open your mind to those opportunities and be prepared to stretch yourselves, and yes, be prepared to take some risks. I can think of many examples where people have been told, no, you definitely wouldn't be able to do that. But actually, when they've stretched themselves, they've found that they can do great things. The capacity of human beings to take on new challenges when they're given the opportunity can be truly amazing. We've had a great example recently from the world of sport of a team having achieved amazing success against all the odds and achieving what everyone said was impossible. Leicester City had narrowly avoided relegation from the Premier League the previous season. Their team was made up largely of players who'd either been playing in much lower divisions or who had been released by other clubs, having been regarded as not good enough to play in the Premiership. And the bookies, who always get these things right, rated their chances of winning the title as lower than Kim Kardashian becoming president of the United States of America, or Elvis Presley enrolling as a student at Leeds Trinity University. But they did the unthinkable. It was the classic case of the team being more than the sum of its parts, and they went on to prove everyone wrong and won the league. So be prepared to think the unthinkable and be prepared to be surprised. The world has changed beyond recognition in my lifetime. Just consider the way people would correspond almost exclusively by letter only about 20 years ago, and compare that with today's instant communications, social media, Twitter, yik-yak, that would have been unthinkable in those days. It might be hard for us to imagine today how things are going to change again in your working lifetimes. But the one thing that is certain is that the world is going to change dramatically. So my message is to keep your eyes and your minds open and be ready for it. Even better, maybe even imagine what that change is going to be and get in there first. My third suggestion, in the face of all the change that is to come, is to make sure that you do things in your lives that will leave the world a better place. You may feel that this suggestion is particularly apt, given the faith foundation of Leeds Trinity University, which I referred to earlier. Most of you will not be Catholics, but I'm sure you will all take something of the Catholic values and ethos with you when you leave Leeds Trinity. Those of us who've been privileged enough to have had the chance of higher education are the fortunate ones. There are, of course, many millions who are not so fortunate, and that is massively true across the world, where there are around 100 million people who are homeless. And the United Nations estimates that around 800 million people worldwide, that's 1 in 9 people, are suffering from chronic undernourishment. Even in this relatively prosperous country, there are many people who do not know where their next meal is coming from and who rely on the help they receive from charities, faith-based organizations, and the voluntary sector in order to live and have a chance to build or rebuild their lives. Even here in Leeds, the Leeds Community Foundation estimates that some 19% of young people under the age of 19 live in poverty. There are many opportunities to volunteer our time in order to help make a difference. In Leeds alone, there are some 3,500 community or charitable organizations doing amazing work. I know that many of you will have been involved in volunteering during your time as a student, and I'm sure that as you graduate today, you will be determined to take up some of the many opportunities to help to make a difference. Earlier this year, I had the privilege of attending a dinner in Huddersfield, where I found myself sitting next to a recently elected Member of Parliament. I found out during the meal that she had been brought up locally and attended the local school in Heckmondwike, and she told me she was so proud to have been elected the Member of Parliament for Batley and Spen here in West Yorkshire. I found out that she had previously run Oxfam's operation in New York. But the thing that really impressed me was her genuine commitment and determination to do the best for her constituents. I came away deeply impressed, and I could completely empathize with the outpouring of grief from all who'd come into contact with her after her tragic death a few weeks ago. Jo Cox was an inspirational figure. So my three thoughts today are: firstly, be proud of your achievements and remember to thank those who help you along the way. Secondly, set your sights high, be ready to take opportunities, and be prepared to be surprised. And thirdly, be determined to do things in your lives that will help to make the world a better place, and be inspired by those that have made the commitment to do just that. Can I end these few words by once again congratulating all of you who have graduated today and wishing you every success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Pro-Chancellor, for your inspiring speech. I now invite Ronan McKernan, a student of the graduating cohort, to give the vote of thanks.
Let's get it ready. Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, respected lecturers, family, friends, and finally, fellow graduates of the class of 2016, I hope you have had a wonderful evening thus far. It is as surprising to me as it is to you that I am delivering this vote of thanks this evening, and I feel honoured and privileged to be able to do so. When I first moved to Leeds at the end of August last year, I knew it was going to be a very tough year. And apart from the 6 months trip to America, it was going to be my first time living away from Northern Ireland. Thanks to Leeds Trinity, who put myself and fellow PGCE business trainee Shannon Brown, she won't thank me for that shout out, in touch with each other prior to starting the course, we were able to find appropriate accommodation in Headingley. In hindsight, this example of the extra support regularly put in place by the university allowed both of us to cope with whatever challenges this course could throw at us and forge a friendship for life. I have had an ambition to be a teacher since I was 16, when I completed my GCSEs and thinking of career paths became a reality. I had been told by family and friends and teachers that due to my character, personality and nature that I would make a very good teacher. It wasn't until I came back from my trip to America that I wanted to turn my dream of teaching into a reality. I can honestly say that from the beginning of my application process, Leeds Trinity University was my first choice, and thankfully it was my first interview. At the end of this interview with Kathy Cameron, who's behind me, I was offered a place in the course, which I was more than delighted to accept. I am grateful to Kathy for seeing something in me, and I possibly may not be here without her foresight. I am sure I am speaking for all business PGCEs and everyone alike that Kathy and their lecturers' support, generosity, kindness and advice has been a lifeline and greatly appreciated throughout the challenging year. I am sure that I was not the only person who had several minor meltdowns this year, possibly not minor in all honesty. My own personal nuclear meltdown came during the January blues, and it was the support of my mentor at the time, Belinda, Kathy, Shannon, and all my friends and supportive parents that got me through that, and now I'm standing here. Another amazing feature of this year has been the opportunity to meet PGCE trainees from other subjects. This may have taken the form of lunch during centre-based training days, weekend outings to restaurants and cocktail bar in Leeds, or in my case, five-a-side football followed by food and drinks, that I try to keep as cheap as possible. These friendships will last a long time, I'm sure, and the university has helped us by putting different social media forums in place. These forums will be invaluable in enabling us to keep in touch and share any nuggets of teaching gold that we stumble upon throughout our exciting, ever-changing and rewarding careers. Without Leeds Trinity, none of this would have been possible. I'm sure I speak on behalf of you all and when I give my sincerest thanks to all staff of this incredible institution. Throughout our ups and downs, we couldn't have made it through this evening without you. From the subject tutors to lecturing staff to progress tutors to the canteen and coffee stand staff who were already always ready with much needed caffeine and a variety of freshly made meals, to the hardworking admin staff, to the wonderful library staff who provided vital support to many of us in times of need, particularly the end of stage 2 and 3 when the printers were going 24/7. I thank all the staff for your tireless and effortless and dedication to educating and supporting the next generation of teachers. Teaching has been my vocation for some time, and like most of you, I leave Leeds Trinity ready and prepared to start my maiden NQT teaching role in September, a job I wouldn't have found without the amazing placements made possible by Leeds Trinity. And I'm sure we can all agree our placements were by far the best and most challenging part of our degree. I can remember standing in front of my first class in November, a Year 12 class in Harrogate Grammar, and thought to myself, am I mental? What am I going to say? Can I even do this? All questions I'm sure we have all asked ourselves this year. However, comparing that experience to the one where I stood in front of my last lesson of the year, a Year 10 GCSE lesson at Allerton High School, can be likened to the difference between night and day. My confidence, communication skills, subject knowledge, pedagogical delivery, and patience have all improved since that first lesson, and I hope to continue to develop these skills during the remainder of my career. Our friends and family also deserve our praise. They have been our sources of external motivation, a sounding board, a listening ear, giving us that boost after a bad lesson, well, maybe several bad lessons. Without the support of my parents and friends, our parents and friends, I may not have been standing in front of you now, which I'm sure is that same for us all. So on behalf of all of us, thank you. We are very grateful. And last, but certainly not least, I want to congratulate you all for receiving your hard-earned PGCE qualifications today. Every single one of us deserves it. I wish you all the best of luck in the future. We started as strangers, but we leave as friends. We leave as graduates of Leeds Trinity, and we leave as teachers. Well done, and all the best of luck. Now it's time for the real fun to begin. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ronan, for a lovely speech. I now invite Mr. Ian Burrell, the Chair of the Board of Governors, to say a few closing remarks.
Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the academic procession, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Governors of Leeds Trinity University, it gives me great pleasure to congratulate you, our newest graduates. We hope that you are proud of your achievement. You have worked very hard for this day, and we rightly praise you for your commitment and application. Today's graduation ceremony is an occasion that you and your family and friends will never forget, and rightly so. Your degree represents a significant step forward in your life. It will create opportunities and pathways that may not otherwise have been available to you. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Ronan for an excellent vote of thanks. It was very pleasing. It was very pleasing to hear his reflection on the personalised education that he received here at Leeds Trinity. Personalised education has been at the heart of our ethos for 50 years, and I hope that Ronan's experience is one shared by all graduates with us here today. You all took a very important step in planning your education and laying the foundations for your career by choosing to study at Leeds Trinity University. By graduating today, you have built on this foundation and therefore created more career opportunities for your working life. It is now again up to you to take the next step in your career with the same resolve and determination. With that positive thought, and on behalf of everyone associated with the university, I wish you all every success and happiness in the future. You have earned it, and you deserve it. We hope that you have enjoyed your special day and that the memories of your time at Leeds Trinity University will inspire you to even greater achievement. It is now my pleasure to invite you and your guests to join us in the atrium, where we will continue the celebrations with a reception. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the ceremony. Please stand for the academic procession.